3 times. First I will recite and then you will recite. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrjesh Tadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajuvadhuvargeya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamalam Prema Pumatoman Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatradharna Paraha Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govindah Sarva Karana Karanam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. So thank you all the devotees. So let me share my screen. Okay, let me know when you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see?
Yes.
All right. So today's verse is 67. But before that, just to a quick recap, that last verses Mataji might have covered, that Krishna is saying, maybe Govinda, you wanted to recite this translation?
Which one?
The 66.
One who is not connected with the supreme in Krishna consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
Very good. So Krishna is saying that one who is not connected with Krishna, he will neither have transcendental intelligence nor steady mind. So a person who does not have a balanced mind, what that person you'll call? Anybody, if anybody mind is not balanced or not steady, what usually call? Usually, I mean, not exact term, but if somebody is not doing some activity properly, what do you call?
Unfocused?
Unfocused, yes. What else?
Not intelligent?
Not intelligent, yes, very good. What else you may call? Foolish. You may call foolish, right? Because his mind is not in center. And you may also call that person mad, because a person is not doing the activity for which it is made up of, right? Let's say somebody has a sandalwood, right? Sandalwood is so nice. We put the tilak, right? It's a wood, and there's ordinary wood also. So if you ordinary wood you use for burning, now you have sandalwood, you use the sandalwood for burning. Then you say, Prabhuji, why you are using sandalwood? Sandalwood is so fragrant. It is to put the tilak, put on the body. Why you are using for burning? For burning, you have other woods, right? So you'll call that person who you are foolish. Why you are using using a object in the activity for which it is not made. So sandalwood is not made for burning. Sandalwood is to put on the body. for fragrance. So Krishna is saying that this human form of life is goal is to remain connected with Krishna, to establish our connection with Krishna. But if where that person is not connected, then that person will not have transcendental intelligence nor steady mind. So if mind is not steady, intelligence is not steady, then how will you attain peace? Just by having 94 channel and a dish on the top of the roof, will you attain peace? No, that everybody has. Rich or poor, everybody has 94 channel. Are they happy? No, because as long as we are not connected with Krishna, we cannot be happy. That is the peace formula or happiness formula. Okay, so that last verse. So now let's start with 67. Okay.
Hey, what are you doing, Papa?
67. Please repeat after me. Indriyami charatam. Indriyanam hi charatam.
Indriyanam hi charatam.
Yanmano anuvidyate.
Yanmano anuvidyate.
Tadasya harati pragnam.
Tadasya harati pragnam.
Vayurnavam vivambhasi.
Vayurnavam ivambasi.
Okay. So we have next candidate, Mamta. Can you read the translation? If it is your name who joined through this ID. Do we have Mamta on call? Okay, so let's move to the next. Nihal, are you there? Can you read the translation?
Yes. As a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence.
Very good. So Krishna is again driving home another point, that as the strong wind sweeps away a boat. So we all heard about Titanic, right? That in 1912, in 15th of April, they made a biggest ship, and that biggest ship, Titanic, they float on the water, right? And it was going. And everybody was so confident that this ship never sink. It can never sink. Latest technology. All the richest people were there. But still it sank. 1,500 people died in that. So a strong wind can sweep away even the strongest boat. Even the strongest boat or strongest ship can sink. So Krishna is taking the example of that even the strongest boat, wind can sweep. Similarly, it's an analogy. Even one of the roaming senses on which mind focuses on carry away man's intelligence. So we have 6 senses, right? So we have sense, right? All our senses: sense of smell, sense of seeing, sense of taste, sense of touch, right? And your coordinating senses is mind. So all these senses, we have to engage in the service of Krishna. We have to engage in the service of Krishna. Now, if one of the senses we don't engage, any of the senses don't engage, that's a problem. And the best example who engage his senses is Amrish Maharaj. Okay. So I wanted to, give example what he did. This is important verse. You should understand how Amrish Maharaj is engaging all our senses. Okay. Okay. Look at this Bhagavatam verse. this Bhagavatam, 9:4, 18 to 20. Okay. So what he's saying? He's saying, Savamai Manaha Krishna Padaravindo. Amrish Maharaj, he was always keeping his mind focused on Krishna Padaravindo, on the lotus feet of Krishna. Right? Always thinking about Krishna. So Manaha Krishna Padaravindo. Then Vachamsi Vakunta Gunanu Varnani. Whenever he's open his mouth, what he talks about? Glories of the Lord, Vakunta Vasi. Vakunta Gunana Anuvarnani. Whenever he opens his mouth, he talks about Krishna. Then Karau Harer Mandira Marjandansi. These hands he all use for cleaning the temple. Whether the main outside temple or the temple at home. Always keep it clean. Every day clean. So he engages his hand. Then Shrutim Chakra Chuta Sat Kathodyate. Ear he use for hearing about the Lord. Then Mukunda Lingaye Darshane Drishav. Leg, he walks to the temple to see the beauty of the Lord, Darshan. Then Tad Bhratya Gatre Sparshe Ange Sangamam. Means if he has to touch, he touch a devotee. He give a hug to a devotee. If he has to touch. Then Granam Cha Tad Pad Saroj Saurabhe. If he has to smell, he will smell Pada Saroja, the flower offered to Krishna's lotus feet. He smell. Srimat Tulase Rasanam Tadarpite. If he has to taste, he tastes the tulsi leaf which is offered to Krishna. Which is offered to Krishna. Then Padav Hare Kshetra. Pada Anusarpane. If he has to walk, he will walk to the Dhama. Then Shiro Rishikesha Padha Abhivandane. He will glorify the Lord. He will pay obeisances to the Lord. Shiro Rishikesha. If he has to put his head, he will offer his obeisances. Then Kamam Cha Dase Natu Kama Kamayaya. If he has to desire, his desire is to execute the mission of the Lord. And what is execute the mission? What is the mission of the Lord? That all the living entity will chant his name, will connect with him. Jivere Swarup hai Nitya Krishna Das. Our real Swarup is we are servant of Krishna. As of now, everybody is serving. We don't know any person who's not serving. Everybody is serving. Husband is serving wife, wife is serving husband, right? Man is serving the boss. If we are not serving anybody, we are serving our senses, right? The senses, if you are thirsty, then your mind will say, go there, take water, right? We are serving our senses. Then Yathottama Shaloka Janarashya Rati. All these are transcendental quality befitting a pure devotee. So this is the way pure devotee do that. But if he is not a devotee, then Manaha. What they do? Watching video games, watching movie all the time. So they are, instead of Krishna, their mind is focused on something else. Vachamsi Vakunta Varnane. If the mind is somewhere, then when you open the mouth, you will talk about Krishna? No, you will talk about some movie character, some game character, or some toy you have saw in YouTube. You will talk about that only. Then Karau Hare Mandira Maja, you will clean the temple? No, you will not clean. Your mind itself is not clean. How will you clean the temple? Shrutam, will you hear about the Lord? No. You will hear some other nonsense songs. Because the mind is corrupted. You are speaking not about something else. You're not cleaning. You're not keeping yourself clean. Then how will you hear? But if you are a devotee, then like Amrish Maharaj, you will do that. Amrish Maharaj, you will do that. So like that, we can become a very good devotee. But if one of the senses is not under our control, then Krishna is saying, then just like wind sweeps the boat, similarly, even one of the senses. So you will say, Prabhuji, see, my mind is on Krishna, right? Or let's say you do Sunday you go to temple, right? But rest of the 7 days, rest of the 6 days, right? You do some other nonsense activity. So Krishna says that even one of the roaming senses can disturb the mind. You may control your sense of touch, you may control your sense of eye, you may control your sense of taste, but let's say one of the senses is not under control. Let's say sense of taste is not under control. So you may keep eating outside restaurant food, right? If you keep eating for longer, then that itself is sufficient to destroy your devotional life. That is sufficient to destroy, even though you are going to temple, even though you are chanting. But if your food is not proper, if food is not cooked by a devotee, then that itself can destroy the devotional service. So one of the roaming senses. Or you're eating Krishna Prasadam, but your mind is always in the toys, always in some gaming, right? Then also mind will be disturbed. That is also sufficient to destroy the devotional service. So as much as the time permit, we should put ourselves in the service of the Lord. Okay. So the next verse. Please repeat after me. Tasmad yasya mahabaho
Tasmad yasya mahabaho
Nigritani sarvasaha
nigritani sarvasaha
Indriyani indriyarthebhyas
indriyani
Indriyate
indriyarthebhyas
Tasya prajna pratishtitah.
tasya
Tasya
prajna
prajna pratishtita.
pratishtita.
Okay. Swastika, can you read the bold translation?
Okay. Therefore, O mighty armed one, those whose senses are restrained from their objects, is certainly of steady intelligence.
Very good. So as you can see, he's concluding, therefore. Usually we use the word therefore, that means Krishna has explained something, right? And then say therefore, right? Based on those information. So based on those information, Krishna is saying therefore. Which information Krishna is saying therefore? Look at this. So 68th verse, Krishna is saying therefore. So that means previous verse he say as the strong wind, right? Even one of the reminiscences. Then he say you should connect it to me, right? Threefold miseries of existence, right? So all these things he explained, and now he's saying therefore. Therefore, that means there is a conclusion. There is some lesson in that one whose senses are restrained from their object is certainly of steady intelligence. Now, this strength, when we say strength, if you ask somebody that what is strength, so can somebody define strength? You can unmute and say, what do you mean by strength?
Strength is where you are like strong in something. Like it doesn't necessarily have to mean like lifting things or like physical strength, but it can also mean strength for different things.
Okay. What else? Anybody else? How will you define strength? Anybody want to try? How would you define the word strength? Okay. So strength, right? If you ask, normally people says that strength means like he's a bodybuilder, he has a biceps, he has a abs, strong biceps, right? He can lift something, as Swastika was mentioning. People usually think that. But those are a wrong definition. The real strength is the strength of your mind. That is real strength. So strength is if the most attractive thing is in front of you. Listen to me carefully. The most attractive thing is in front of you and you still don't touch that thing. Then that is called strength. The ability to resist temptation. I repeat, ability to resist temptation. Let's say, yeah, ability to resist temptation. Let's say chocolates are there in front of you. But today is Ekadasi. Let's say, today is not Ekadasi, but that day is Ekadasi. Chocolate in front of you. You have the option to eat. Nobody is around you. But if you still say, no, today is Ekadasi, I will not eat. Even the chocolate in front of me. Or you go to the school, in school people are eating pizza. But you know today is Ekadasi, I will not eat any grain. Then actually you have a strength. You may be a lean person. You may not be a fatty person, right? But still you are the strongest person among all. Always remember, ability to resist temptation. You go to Walmart with your parents, you see a full lane of toys. Your parents already gave you the gift earlier. There is no occasion to give you gift. You are going through that full lane. Most attractive toys are there. But you still don't say to your parents that I want this toy. Then you are a strength. You are a strong person. And you come out of the Walmart without buying. But usually it does not happen. You still buy something. Right? So we are weak. That means we are weak. As soon as we see a nice toy or nice chocolate, right? And although we don't deserve to take, but still we want, we insist our parents that no, I want. Then you are a weak person. Then you are a weak person. Because the real strength, I'm not saying that. See, Krishna is saying, one whose senses are restrained from their object. So, object of eye, something beautiful. Object of tongue, something tasty. Right? Smell, something fragrant. If we are restrained, then that person is a steady intelligence. That person is a strong and intelligent person.
And they also have a steady mind.
Steady mind, yes, of course. But that is only possible. And why we are not able to do? We many times, all of us fell victim, right? We went to Walmart. We still insist our parents that give me a toy. Sometime, at least one or twice, we broke our fast on Ekadasi, accidentally maybe. Why does it happen? Not just kids, even some elders also, they also break by chance. They also fell victim. Because if one of the senses is not connected with Krishna, we tend to make mistake. So although you are observing Ekadasi, right? Any day you are observing Ekadasi, but you keep watching cartoons. So your one of the senses, eyes, are not being engaged in Krishna service. You keep watching. So then by mistake, you will eat something, some cookie or something. And you broke your fast. Right? So all the senses should be connected with Krishna. Especially on Ekadasi, don't watch any cartoon. As soon as Ekadasi start, just take a vow in the morning. I will not watch any cartoon. If I have to watch cartoon, I will watch Little Krishna or some pastime of Krishna or Vishnu. Only that much I will watch TV. Varaha Avatar story, Dasha Avatar story. Then if I have to say anything, I will chant Krishna's name. Read Krishna book. And eat Ekadasi Prashadam nicely. Then all those senses are there, then Krishna blesses you. Because Krishna sitting in everybody's heart. Even now, Krishna is hearing this conversation. Krishna is hearing this conversation because Krishna is sitting in your heart. Krishna is sitting in my heart. When Krishna is sitting in both the heart, give permission, then only we can understand. Otherwise, if I speak for 2 hours, you'll not able to understand anything. Unless both Krishna sitting in our both heart connects and give permission, then only you can understand. Other many people hear Bhagavad Gita, they are not getting. Your permission is not there. Because surrender attitude is needed. So always remember, the strength is in the mind. That's why if you see many circus, a very lean man, he can control the lion. I'm not sure how many of you went to the circus, but in the circus, when they show some show of lion, then this lean man, that can be breakfast for the lion. But he can still control the lion because he puts the fear in the mind of the lion. So real strength is the ability to resist temptation. Whenever the most attractive thing is in front of you, then you resist. You don't fall prey to that. Then you are a strong person. Okay. Okay. Swastika, you are raising a hand. You have a question or any comment?
Yes. What does lean mean?
So lean, Lean, I was saying that a very thin person.
Oh, okay.
Lean means any thin person. So what I was trying to say is, it does not matter if somebody is a thin person or fat person. The strength is in the mind.
Okay.
Okay. If mind is strong, if intelligence is strong, you can win. Even in the game also. See, so many games happen. It does not mean that a person should be strong enough. No. If you are a good player, you have a good technique to play. Right? You have good technique. Like in cricket, right? Sachin Tendulkar. His height is so less compared to their counterpart. But he was able to play because his mind is strong. He has a technique. Right? So that's why we have to be strong. But you can never be strong unless you connect yourself with Krishna. Even if you go daily to the gym, still your mind may not be strong. So anything good thing happen, bad thing happen, you can able to come out. And when we engage our sense in Krishna service, then Krishna blesses. Because Krishna is happy. Yasmin tushte jagat tushnam. When Krishna is happy, whole world can be happy. Krishna is the root of a tree. When we give the water, do we give water to the leaf branches? No, we give water to the root. Because from the root, it reaches branches, twigs. So Krishna is that root. As long as Krishna is happy with us, I can give you in writing, everything will go nicely. If Krishna is not happy, whatever effort you will do will not be happy. So when we are Krishna conscious, all the auspicious thing will take place. But when we are not Krishna conscious, all the inauspicious thing will happen. That's why they say, na, please remember Krishna. They use the word, please remember Krishna. But at the same time, Vedic, they say, don't forget Krishna. See, there are two things they say. They say, remember Krishna, then positive word, right? Remember Krishna. But then second line, they say, never forget Krishna. Why they say, if they already said that remember Krishna, why they say never forget Krishna? Anybody would like to try? Why they say the same thing in different way?
Maybe for different kinds of people?
No, same people. They say, please remember Krishna, and then they use the word anything. Don't forget Krishna.
So you could know the positive and negative part of it?
Yes, very close. Yes. So when they say, please remember Krishna, they are encouraging that, yes, please remember Krishna. Right? But then say, never forget Krishna, which means that please remember Krishna, then auspicious thing will happen. Never forget Krishna. They are giving warning that please do not forget Krishna, because if you forget Krishna, then inauspicious thing will come. So our Vedic scripture, they always give encouragement and warning. Encouragement and warning. So encouraging, please remember Krishna. But if you don't remember Krishna, then warning, don't forget Krishna. Otherwise, inauspicious thing will happen. Okay. That is the real life formula, peace formula. Anybody who can follow this, life will be happy. Next verse. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam
Yanisha sarvabhutana
tasyam jagrati samyami
Tasmat
Jagrati
Samyami.
yasyam jagrati bhutani
Yes, Jagrati Bhutane.
tanisha pashyato munehe.
Sanisha Pasyato Mune.
Hika, can you read the translation bold?
Okay, Prabhuji. What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-controlled, and the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective sage.
Very good. So here another thing he's saying. What is the night for all being is the time of awakening for self-control. So you will say, Prabhuji, why he started talking about night? Right? So the gross translation, you can see that when non-devotee wanted to enjoy the late night party, right? When non-devotees, they want to enjoy late night party, what devotee prefer? They wanted to sleep because they have to wake up early in the morning, right? So that in Brahma Muhurat, they will wake up, they chant their round, attend Mangala Arati. So they don't want it to go for late night party, right? And they wake up early morning. But when they wake up early morning, that time non-devotee, they were sleeping. They say, I cannot wake up 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Between 3 to 5 is a Brahma Muhurat. It's called Brahma Muhurat. Anything you study is between 3 to 5 in the morning. How much difficult topic you will study between 3 to 5 in the morning, you are able to grasp it. But in the morning when you chant, non-devotees say, I want to sleep. So he say night for the all being is the night time for awakening for the self-control. So in the early morning, non-devotee sleeping, self-control person waking up, chant his round. Then time of awakening for all the being means non-devotee, they always want late night party, and that is a night for introspective stage. Means devotee, it's a night. They want to sleep. That is gross translation of this verse. But the actual translation of this word, what Prabhupada is trying to say, he's explaining in the purport. So he's saying that the activities which non-devotee likes, like going to the parties, too much gaming, playing too much games, using foul language, bad language, not obeying their parents, right? Non-devotee children, they do that. But a devotee children, they don't do that. They always be alert. with such behavior. So when they say night for all the being in the time for awakening, means when the non-devotee children or anybody are in ignorance. They are in ignorance. Let's say somebody eat non-veg. They are in ignorance. Because they are ignorant the result of that activity. Right? If somebody eat non-veg, it's ignorance. Because the result of that activity is a punishment. So if somebody eats 70 goats in this life, then next time he will become goat and somebody will eat. And not only that, before he get next body, he will get punished in the township of Yamaraj. So there are 14 planetary systems, right? Central Earth, then above 6 heavenly planet, Bhu, Bhuha, Swaha, Maha, Jana, Tapaha, Satyam. Then below Earth, 7 hellish planet, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. Now, between Patala and Vishnuji's navel, there is a one township, which is called Samant Pr. It is a township of Yamaraj. So when people die, they go to the township, and then they open the file that this person has done so and so thing. Then they fix a artificial body, which is called Yatana Sharir. They put on the body of that person because gross body is burnt. So they have subtle body and soul inside. So they put a Yatana Sharir. So those 70 goats that person has eaten in the throughout lifetime, those 70 goats will attack on that person. And that person will feel the pain, but he will not die. Because that body, Yatana Sharir, body is like that. And then again, he will take birth as a goat. So those nonsense activities which non-devotee does in ignorance, it's like a night for self-control. Self-control, they will never put such hand in that. They always are alert not to do that. On the other hand, a devotee eats Krishna Prasadam, but non-devotee, they say, no, I don't like. I want more restaurant food. I want more restaurant food. I want more nonsense food. That's why mostly you observe people fall sick when they eat outside. As long as we eat at home and Krishna Prasadam, will always be healthy. Always be healthy. When we eat outside something, then only our stomach get upset. Right? So Krishna is trying to say that you become devotee. Don't become non-devotee. Because my devotee is always self-control. They always alert. And they don't do those activity which a non-devotee does. So the night for the being is the time of awakening for self-control, and the time of awakening for all the being is a night for. On the other hand, non-devotee, they don't do the activities of devotee. Like devotees chant in the morning, they read Krishna's book, they take Krishna Prasadam, they chant and dance, but non-devotee, they don't do. Right? So this is what is the one. So we covered 67, 68, 69. 3 verses we covered. Shall we cover one more?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
let's cover one more. Apurya manam.
How many more verses we have left?
So we have 72 verses, I think. So either we can cover 3 more verses later, or we can cover one more. And then remaining 2 we'll cover next week.
Yeah, one more.
Okay, let's go over then. Apurya manam achala pratishtham. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham. Samudram mapa pravishanti yadvat.
Samudram
Shanti
pravishanti
yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve.
tadvat kamayam
तत्तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे
Sarve sa shantim apnoti na kama
न
kami.
शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी
Okay. So we have Muni. Can you read the translation in bold? That is
Yes. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the one who strives to satisfy such desires.
very good. So if you see in the ocean, right, you have so many rivers in every country. Where those rivers go? Anybody know where there is those rivers end?
The ocean.
The
Prabhuji,
ocean.
can you repeat the question?
No, I was saying there are so many rivers, right, in all the countries. Where those rivers go, where they end?
They end in the ocean.
They end in the ocean, right? So Krishna is again give an analogy from the nature. That's just like so many rivers fall in the ocean, right? But have you seen ocean is getting disturbed? Oh, so many rivers are falling, right? Ocean is still there. Still you go to the beach, right? So Krishna is saying in our mind, this mind, so many desires come. You go to Walmart, you see so many toys.
Yeah.
You go to outside, you see so many restaurants. You see, oh, there's so many ice creams, so many things. All desires are keep coming. You see the TV, you say, okay, let's play the games. Let's watch all the cartoons, right? So many desires come. If you don't sleep on time, then desire come. Oh, don't sleep. Let's watch something, right? Those desires come. But if you don't sleep on time, then you don't wake up on time, right? And then your good day will not go smooth, because in the morning you should chant at least couple of rounds. You should chant before going to school. But if you don't do that, because previous night you slept late because you were reading some Harry Potter book, so many desires will keep coming. Okay, you don't need to entertain every desire. See, let's say desire come, oh, you are thirsty, drink water. Okay, those are mandatory desire, so you fulfill. Because you're thirsty, you will fulfill. But desire will come, oh, let's keep watching cartoon. Don't I can delay my prashadam. Keep watching. No, those are nonsense desire. So this mind, never think that this mind is always your friend. This mind is your biggest friend, and this mind is your biggest enemy also. So your enemy is not outside. Your enemy is with you, your mind. Because your mind gives the idea, na, that do this thing, do that thing. So mind, so many desires come, just like rivers, so many rivers falling on the ocean. So don't get agitated. Don't get agitated. You go with your parents in some Walmart, some shopping mall, some toys there, let it be. Let the toy lying there on the shelf. Don't waste your parents' money. Just like scientists, they waste taxpayers' money. Don't waste. Because even you get that toy, after 3-4 days, you will throw that toy in the corner. And that is the nature of this material world. Again, you'll say that, mummy, papa, can you get a new toy? And your old toy, for which you fight with your parent and say that I want that toy, now lying in the corner. No use. It just wasted your money. So don't waste Krishna's money. Rather, you can take money and put it in your money bank. So that when, as you grow up, if you want some nice book, you can purchase some nice book or something which is useful for you, right? Or if nothing, then save, so that when you grow up, then you can spend that money in Krishna conscious activity. You can save that money. So Krishna is saying that never get disturbed by the incessant flow of desires. Desires will keep coming. Desire will not going to stop. But think that, is this desire is helping me to go closer to Krishna? Is this desire will make me a nice devotee? Will this desire, if let's say desire come, I want so many chocolates. So will it helpful? How chocolate is that? Chocolate is neither good for health. It's just for taste. So if you too much eat, your teeth will get spoiled. If teeth are spoiled, then you go to the dentist more frequently. Then dentist will put a anesthesia, and they may do root canal or remove the gums or clean the gums, right? So how it is taking you closer? Then you fall sick. Then you have to take rest. So for 2 days, you will not be able to chant because you got teeth pain. So you got teeth pain and you're not able to chant. Is it taking you closer to Krishna? No, it is taking away from you, Krishna. Because Krishna has given this body to take care so that we can do the service for Krishna. But if you don't take care and you fall sick, then you will not be able to do the service. So how chocolate is good, right? Similarly, all the other distractions we have, especially limit. I know we are in a school, so school we have to study. So keep doing that. But as you get time, read Srila Prabhupada books as much as. So you have the taste for reading. Read related to Krishna. In the school, Ali, anyhow, 7-8 hours you are there in the school. You are reading all material books. There you are reading. But when you are at home, read Srila Prabhupada books. So Krishna is saying that just like rivers went to the ocean, ocean never get disturbed. Similarly, flow of desire will keep coming, never get agitated. Never gets agitated. So next time you walk in the Walmart, even after looking at the toys, don't get disturb your parents. Just keep walking. You are a strong person then. When you come out of the Walmart, tap your back, say, yes, good job. Say, good job. Because you didn't disturb anything. So he's saying that enter like rivers into ocean, which is ever filled, but is always still, can alone achieve peace. Not the man who strive to satisfy such desires. And if you keep entertaining all the desire, even if they are not making you closer to Krishna, then you will not have peace. Then you will not be happy. You will be crying. Even if you have all the facility of this world, still you will not be happy. Just like Bali Maharaj. See, Bali Maharaj has everything, but still he wants Swargalok. He still wants Swargalok, although he has everything. So and when Vaman Dev asked that three pieces of land, and Bali Maharaj was saying, in Vaman Dev Katha, that why you are asking 3 pieces of land? Then what Vaman Dev was replying? That a person who's not satisfied in 3 pieces of land, can never be satisfied. I'm not saying that. Don't blame me. I'm not saying that. I'm just repeating what Vaman Dev said. So we have to be satisfied. So because until Krishna is happy with you, we can never be happy. So we have to do the activity which Krishna likes. Okay. So we'll stop here. Is there any question before we close? Is there any question or any comment from anybody?
Thank you very much, Babuji, for the class.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining. All levels to assembled devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So please announce, Prabhuji, for the test so they can prepare also. They have 3 weeks.
Yes. So dear devotees, we will be next time we'll be finishing the 2nd chapter, and then which means that 2 chapter will finish, and then the week after that, right after next week, we'll do a test. So we'll decide maybe around 20 questions. I think 20 questions will be good to start with. and we'll see the procedure, how we can conduct, whether Kahoot or some other media will use for the test. And that test maybe mostly will be multiple choice question, but we'll see if there are fill in the blanks kind of test also we can do. So we'll look over. So please revise first and second chapter, and because questions will be coming from those two chapters. Okay, so next week we'll finish the second chapter, and then following week will be the test.
Thank you, Babuji.
So Mataji, we have next class starting immediately in 2 minutes.
No, Prabhuji, there is no craft class, Prabhuji. Mataji is not available those days. She is busy with her work, so no class for the.
So can we chant one round if we have time, or you need
Yes,
to close the class?
We have time. Yeah, we have a time.
Okay. So devotees, please bring your chanting bag. We'll chant one round. And those who are new to chanting, okay, let me just show you. So these beads has 108 beads, right? And this one is called Krishna in the center. We don't cross it. And whenever we move the beads, we move towards us, not away from us. Like, see, I'm moving towards me, right? And we start with Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. We'll start with that, and we don't touch this our index finger, because this index finger we use for pointing, finding faults. So we just use these fingers like this. Okay. So those who have a beads, they can chant. If they don't have a beads, I will request you to get from the temple, or you can just count on your finger. Okay. So let's start. Everybody will chant. We'll just do one round. Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare